Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. I just want to say thank you for coming back to the next episode. Make sure that you like and subscribe and follow, it really helps us out. It gets more people seeing what we're doing out there and helps everybody else get into the adventure. Hi everybody, I'm Corey, I'm the Dungeon Master. I'm here with a bit of Group 1 and a bit of Group 2 for a holiday special. Say hi everybody.
Hi everybody.
Hello.
Hi.
Let's go up the line and introduce everybody. Let's start with Tangled.
Hi, I'm TangledinBlue, or Laura. Today I am playing Reginald VonSpangle, or Reggie, a bard from the College of Swords.
All right. Blue.
Hello, I'm not Tangled in Blue. I'm the normal Blue, and I am playing Samat AleBreaker, the Cleric of Light.
All right. Samuel.
Hi, I'm Samuel, also known as Jonathan, and in Dichotomy to Blue, I'm going to be playing Lucia, the Shadow Sorcerer.
Rodeo.
Hi, I'm Rodeo, and today I will be playing Yovelda, the Wild Moon Druid.
And Gunny.
Hi, I'm Gunny, and I will be playing Derren Garrith, the Not Wizard.
All right. So, just so that everybody knows, of course, I've kind of filled you guys in before, but for the listeners, today's Halloween special will be in a place known as Hazel. It is just a couple miles north of Croca and a little bit south of Draftmore, just below Luxbar and just before you hit the mountains. It is directly south of the Cryptay Forest. Hazel is, or was, well known for farming and fishing, as they are right next to Broom Lake. However, about 5 years ago, something devastating occurred. The entire town, well, most of the entire town, was wiped out by a demon that seemed to have passed through. Nobody knows as to how it came, who summoned it, or why it was even in our realm to begin with. Thankfully, though, just before he disappeared, the High King kind of came by and took care of it, in a sense. The land is still somewhat cursed. Crops have issues growing in this area. But to commemorate a few special people who survived the devastation, there was a few group of people who, in order to survive, decided to disguise themselves as some of the demon spawn and undead. So they kind of smeared themselves, they used some kind of disguise kit, or however they could, making them look like ferocious monsters or demons. Now, every year, at the same time the Cataclysm, Hazel will get together. They will have a large celebration around a bonfire, pass around apple cider, and celebrate after they rebuilt. This has been going on for about 5 years. Hazel is still mostly somewhat growing, due to, in part, of the now growing fishing that they do in order to make their money. Which is where we will meet with our players tonight. You guys will have been in town for the festival. Now, our players are part of a guild known as Stone Force. So, as you guys kind of have your guildly get-together in the inn, also known as the Whispering Demon, it's quite apparent that people are really enjoying this. The kids get to dress up at pretty much anything they want demonic. It's not our kind of Halloween where people dress up as firemen or soldiers or etc. This is literally specified as demons, monsters, or just anything in between. That being said, you're going to see a lot of fake tiefling horns. So that's going to be a big thing. That being said, let's go ahead and start us off at the end. You guys are sitting around a small table, enjoying, beverages, and there's food aplenty. People are buying rounds, it seems, almost completely for the inn every 5 to 6 minutes. So you're not really spending any gold on drinks. If anything, it's just food.
Yeah, Reginald is definitely kind of drinking in the drinks and the atmosphere of, the free drinks. He's also sitting on the table and just kind of like entertaining the crowd as much as he can with like any sort of song or story that he might come up with.
All right.
Yovelda is definitely really excited about this apple cider. It tastes delicious and is absolutely wonderful. So she's sipping away at a table, watching Reggie do his thing.
Okay.
Derren will be sitting at a table, properly eating his meal and enjoying the show that Reggie is trying to put on.
Okay. I guess Lucia would just be lying back in a chair, her feet up on the table. Just her hat kind of askew enough to catch a view of the show, while my little crow is resting on top of her hat.
Okay.
I would say Samat is most likely nearby, just off reading a book to his own, kind of having his headband on that he has with a little extended piece of wood or whatever he can find that he casts light on to give a little book light as he reads, so that he can read hands-free or do whatever else he needs to and continue reading.
All right. Well, give me a quick performance there, Reginald.
Okey-dokey.
First roll of the night.
First roll of the night. Here we go. Performance.
That's a 13. So with a 13, it's great. It's wonderful. It's setting the mood. It's probably not one of your best performances in the world, but not your worst. Hands down. So, you guys are going to be chilling. And just outside, you're going to hear screams. Terror, like pure terror. And you're going to hear all of the doors unlock and burst open. And anybody within probably about a 300-foot range of this town is going to hear a loud, audible knocking. And then you'll hear a very light and feminine voice ring through the town. Basically, this is going to be a time that I'm going to kind of allow you guys to run out if you wish before I start kind of what you're going to hear. Because there's going to be kind of a delay between the knock and then the voice.
Yeah, Yovelda will definitely run outside and start ushering people that she can see into the tavern so that they can take cover and get safe.
All right. Kind of coming out to usher people, you're going to notice two figures on a ridge, probably a fair ways away from the town. One is going to be a silhouette of a woman. She's going to be sitting on a horse. Her white hair is going to loftily flow in the wind, and standing next to her, this towering behemoth of creature. I'd say it's definitely a large-sized creature, so we're talking 8-foot, 9-foot range. It has 2 large horns. Its tail is spindly. There seems to be some sort of things jutting from its forearms and chin. It doesn't look like a minotaur, and yet it somehow slightly does. It looks to be some sort of muted creation in between the two of them. Its skin has crackles between it where you can see kind of the roaring of some sort of like lava-type texture flipping through its skin. The voice will will ring out. For those who banished my family years ago, your retribution comes. Your time shall end, and I shall see to it that you will not survive this night. And she'll nod, looking over to the creature, tilt her head towards the town, and it will start barreling down this hill, making its way through the front gate that it will bash open with the side of its shoulder, roaring with a demonic presence of sorts.
So time to go to do some shopping. I think at this point it'd be Samat's gonna come out from checking over everybody for injuries from inside.
Okay.
And he's gonna come out and just be yelling,
"Oh, what in the sun hell is going on out here? What is this bitchy lass yelling about out here?"
Something about her ancestors being banished.
Yeah. Yeah, by that point, Lucia is just going to, she has to use her effort to get herself out of her chair. It's like, oh, what a bother. And getting out the front door is like, who the hell's making all this noise? I'm trying to enjoy the festivities.
People are just no fun sometimes. Oh well, I suppose we gotta deal with monsters, so... And Reginald just kind of looks toward the group, just like, shall we?
Yes, as always. As Derren unsheaths his sword, ready for battle.
Ah, there you are, boy. I was wondering where you're going to be. Looks like we got some work to do.
Don't we always?
So as you guys get these pleasantries out of the way, the creature will have bashed through the gate. It will have picked up a gentleman, and it will have ripped him in half.
Oh boy.
Physically. Blood spray will splatter the ground, and the creature will just toss both halves to the side as it roars again, seeing that there is a group of people who haven't started running.
Well, let's get a move on.
Well, that's just not common matters. At least have the pleasure to introduce yourselves.
I see no better introduction than that.
Whew. And Samat's gonna just go start huffing off. As he...
Derren will quickly follow behind.
Lucia's gonna take her time, tilt her hands, and talk to the raven. Bridget, if you would, dear, keep an eye on the area. And just send her off into the sky.
Reggie is going to, well, first off, his ferret long hat's going to stick out of his hat. And he's just going to kind of put him back. I'm just like, no, you stay there, This is not for you. All right. And then he's going to turn to Yovelda come on, let's go.
So let me ask a quick question. You said this thing just ripped the person in half.
Yes.
And is there anything else within 5 feet of this thing?
No, at this point, I think most people have fled. This guy seemed to have stood in terror. Of course, this thing it's going to, again, roar. And then it's going to start making its way towards you guys.
Can I make an action against it?
May?
Alright. As it roars, it starts its way towards us.
It is technically charging, so keep that in mind.
Ooh.
Oh
Yes.
boy. Bring out the big guns.
Alright, so it's a dex save. You want to read us what you're casting?
I am casting the spell Call Lightning. A storm cloud appears in the shape of a cylinder that is 10 feet tall with a 60-foot radius, centered on a point you can see within range above you. The spell fails if you can't see a point in the air where the storm cloud could appear. When you cast a spell, a point that you can see under the cloud, or choose a point you can see under the cloud, a bolt of lightning flashes down from the cloud to that point. Each creature within 5 feet of that point must make a dexterity saving throw. Any creature takes 3d10 lightning damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful save. On each of your turns until the spell ends, you can use your action to call down lightning in this way.
Okay.
So it fails.
Fail to save.
Nice.
So 18 lightning damage.
Okay.
Big guns right away.
Let's see. You will see that it does not seem too much fazed by that, though the skin will kind of spark a little bit and smell. You'll definitely smell kind of a rotting corpse burn.
How big is it?
It's a large creature, so it's roughly about 8 feet tall.
Then with my bonus action, I will...
No, that's going to be your action to start combat.
Okay.
So now we're going to start rolling initiative.
All right.
Ba-ba-da.
Here we go. Oh, wrong thing.
At
There we
this
go.
point, he's charged to about there.
Okay.
What's your dex?
Ooh. My dex
Oh,
is
these.
Your dex is what?
my dex is 3.
I'm at 2 modifier, so you're gonna go first. So I'd put it 6.5.
And pray you're gonna live through this.
Here you go.
So this one got a 22, so let's go ahead and go down the line. We got 22 for the monster. Lucia got 12. Reginald got 6. Samat got 6. Derren got 5. And Yovelda got 13. Well, it's a little out of order, but that's okay. So, let me see here what he's going to do.
Oh boy.
All right. That's perfect.
No, I don't like.
I don't like that
starting
laugh.
off with the laugh.
It's about to
When the
charge.
DM laughs, the players
It's all over.
whimper.
All right, so it's going to charge up to here.
Oh no.
Yeah.
It's going to, let's see here. Who would he probably go for? Probably Samat.
Wait, was it a clear night already, or was it a stormy night?
It is a cloudy night.
Okay, because if it was storming, my damage would increase, and I'd take control of the storm. That's really cool.
So a 9 will miss.
Oh yeah.
He's going to reach out his hand. And he's going to use something known as his wounding coil. A target must succeed on a Constitution saving throw. It will take a certain amount of lightning damage on a failed and half as much on a successful.
All right. Con save. No problem.
This one is going towards, well,
Oh.
I mean, if you want to take it, but it was headed
Oh.
towards Derren.
Oh, I thought since you. Okay. Yeah, we can go to him. You can
All
go to him.
right.
You just made it sound like it was coming towards me.
Dex
Oh, the
save?
first attack was Constitution.
Oh, I'm same result either way.
Only I was my paladin.
That is 5 damage. So you will take 1d7 plus 3.
Fair enough.
All right. Let's see if there's any side effects from being close to it, because I thought something did. Ooh. Okay. Nope, I know exactly what this thing's. All right. So, that being said, that will end his turn. That will make it Yovelda's turn.
Yovelda will bonus action morph into a bear.
Yay.
didn't get bear token.
Yeehaw, I'm a bear.
You can just make me big because I don't want to deal with tokens. So just make me the same size as it because I'm large now. And with that, she will reach out and try to bite this creature in the back.
Okay.
Let me turn on something really quick. I want to turn on rolling with advantage, but I don't know how because I made an NPC sheet.
It looks like
It just did it on its own.
Yeah.
Will 26 hit it?
26 will hit.
The damage didn't work.
Nice.
The damage is infinite.
The damage is unknowable. Schrodinger's damage.
There's either damage or no damage.
11 for the first,
Nice.
and 16 hit.
16 will miss.
Okay. Well, just so you know as well, the 11 damage is magical for overcoming resistances. And she'll let out a roar as she rips the flesh from this thing's shoulder.
So it's Lucia's turn.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. I'm going to guess that if I try to move away from it, it can have reach.
Who knows?
Ah, boy.
You'd probably be the best to test at the moment, since it's your turn.
Fuck you. Ah, god damn it. This is the worst time to do this. Ah, this is not that good at all. But I know what it is good for. There's gonna be like a crackling of chaotic energy in her hand. And she's just gonna admire it for a second before just flinging it with a twist of her wrist as she casts Chaos Bolt.
Alright.
And 19 will hit.
19 will hit.
Alright. And let's see what kind of damage it does, because Chaos Bolt is beautiful in that way. So I can choose between either acid or psychic.
No, it's thunder or cold.
No, it was a 1 and a 7.
Oh, we got an 8.
We got an 8 and a 2 is what ours says.
The damage is determined by the d8s that were rolled.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
shows an 8 and a 2. Or no, that's the damage.
Damage? Yeah. The damage is based on 2d8s and 1d6, and the type of damage that it does is determined by the d8s that were rolled.
Yes,
I
you rolled
see.
an 8 and a 2. It's,
No.
So
Got it.
2d8 is 1 and a 7.
Yes.
Oh.
Which means I can
see.
choose between either acid damage or psychic damage in that
You get
regard.
to roll over the 8 to see what the actual roll was. So you
I
can
got
just
it.
continue to give the total.
Sorry
Yeah,
about that.
the second one's a 1d6.
Got it.
There we go.
Okay.
And for that, I'm going to inflict a little psychic damage into his mind. So that's going to be 10 psychic damage.
Okay.
It's just like the crackling, that chaotic energy just pulses into his mind, or whatever is left of it.
Alright. Will that end your turn?
Might as well take the chance to test it and step back 10 feet.
You will not gain an attack of opportunity. He does not seem to have reach.
Oh, thank God.
Samat, it is your turn.
Samat's gonna crack his neck a little bit.
Oh, alright, let's see what this last can.
And with that, he is going to use a bonus action. He is going to cast his spiritual weapon.
Okay.
With a 16 in this spot to the west of him. That was meant to be a square, but oh well.
Alright.
Does 16 hit?
A 16 will miss.
All right. So with that, and from there, he's going to just wind up his warhammer as he goes and swings, aiming for the midsection, as this thing's a little bit too tall for him to knock the skull right off of his jaw. Okay. So with that, we don't do flanking, do we?
I mean, we do normally.
Okay, I just want to make sure. I forgot if we did or not. So yeah, then this would be with advantage. It misses anyway.
All right.
Too short.
There we go. You should be able to control that token for the spiritual.
All right. That's going to be my turn then.
Reginald.
Okay. Reginald, first of all, he was going to run toward the spot where the spiritual weapon is, and looks for Seven, just goes, took my spot, thank you very much. And instead kind of just, runs around and up to the creature. And is going to take 2 swipes at it because College of Swords. With this, he's going to take out a scimitar.
Okay.
Kind of do a little flourish with it, and then strike 1. Nope, that's a 10.
You have advantage.
22.
22, then. Because, forgot.
Because, big old bear.
Big old bear. 4 damage.
I flank a lot.
Yeah, I'm actually thinking about getting rid of flanking completely.
Okay.
It gives such a huge advantage for both monsters and players in a combat situation.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm opening it up to the rule of cool. If you can think of something cool, I'll give you an advantage instead of doing flanking, opening up more kind of cool options in combat that would give you advantage.
Okay.
Does that sound interesting to you guys?
No, that sounds fine.
Well, I'm just asking. It's something that I'm thinking about playtesting at some point.
Well, I got something to play
test. Yeah.
I have a cool idea.
What?
All right.
I'm gonna talk to my team because we've traveled before, so this could be a cool moment. So I will try to get their attention in bear form.
All right. Well, I think that's something we should talk about later then.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to do another attack because 2 attacks.
All right.
Oh, I hit the wrong thing. I hit Vicious Mockery. Well, that misses no matter what. So yeah.
Nice.
And for my bonus action, I see that Derren is getting ready to go, and so I just go, okay, come on, pretty boy, let's do your thing and smack this beast, and give you a bardic inspiration.
Why do you keep calling me that?
Because I can, and it's so easy to make fun of you.
One thing I see missing for Reginald that would be helpful for me, you're missing armor on your character sheet.
Oh, I didn't put armor on. Oh. Okay, yeah, that's my...
So, Derren, you're going to get a...
D8.
Inspiration.
Alright.
Darren's turn.
He is going to pull out his long sword in 2 hands and go for a swipe and a stab.
Okay. That'll miss.
And then hopefully for the stab, he'll actually hit something.
12 and a 19, so the 19 will hit, so your second attack will hit. Go ahead and deal damage.
For a total of 6.
Alright. Will that be the end of your turn?
Yes, it shall.
Alright, it is the creature's turn.
Oh boy.
Let's see here. What can it invoke here? Oh, perfect. So, as a bonus action, it is capable of doing a certain thing once per round. Where is it? 1 second, 1 second. I will have it in a second. I am not too far from it.
That's okay, I'm still trying to add my armor.
Gives me a chance to look up something.
Anybody know what Misty Step offhand?
Misty
30 foot. Oh, sorry.
It's okay. The 30 feet. You disappear within 30 feet of any place that you're at right now. Bonus action.
Okay.
That you can see.
Yep, that you can see.
Perfect. There we go.
I don't like the fact you had to ask that. I don't know what you're invoking with that.
Yay. I have good armor now.
Within 30 feet, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
No.
Ay, coño! Really?
Really? Somebody sticking close to the back. Its eyes narrow in as it misty steps a weird waving kind of mystify as you see it almost become ethereal in a way, and it'll step right through Samat and right through Reginald, and it's going straight for Lucia in the back.
Oh, that just ain't fair.
Reginald kind of turns around, just like puts her hands up, like, I'm very insulted, by the way. Thought we were having a fight.
Does a 22 break your armor class?
I have a 12. What do you think?
Squishy, squishy sorcerer.
It's 9 damage.
Okay, it's not as bad as it could have been.
Well, let's see, because that's still not the end of its turn. Misty Step with a bonus. It gets multi-attack, so it can... one with claw and then one with its different coils. So it's going to cast Fear Coil. The target must succeed on a DC Wisdom save or be frightened for 1 minute. The target can repeat the saving throw at the end of each of its turns with disadvantage. If the Baron is visible to the target, ending the effect itself on a success, it's going to cast that on the bear.
Wonderful. Let's see. Wisdom save, you say?
Yes, sir.
17.
He will save. He will be fine. That will end its turn. You'll see, I will say this, you'll see that nice bite that you took slowly start to creep closed.
All right. So Yovelda is going to move down there, and she's going to wrap her massive bear paws around this thing and try to restrain it and hold it in place.
Okay. That would be a strength against a contested ability. So let's see here.
12.
Okay, so this is going to get a +3. 19.
Oof.
Unfortunately, he will shrug off the bear's attempt.
Okay. Let's see. What else can I do? What else can I do? Scrolling for a second. Give me 1 second. Boom, boom, boom. Nothing. That was my attempt. I was trying to hold them in place so you could all wail on them.
It's okay. You tried.
That will end my turn.
All right.
Initiative and exit its own turn. Damn it. Alright, never mind. I'll have to save that for later. I was looking over Find Familiar, but that's besides the point right now. Because it would have been useful right about now.
I think that takes too long to cast.
No, it was. I already had Rigid out.
Yeah.
I just ended up in the air and didn't roll for initiative for it. Oh well.
Wait, hold on. Is your bird name Reginald?
Bridget.
Reginald? Bridget? Okay. So I'm like that's my character's name.
That'd be very confusing. Alright. Let's
You'll
see.
see your bird is perched on the rooftop there.
That's a weird fucking
That's a
bird.
very electrifying bird.
You know, it's a token, so suck it up. This is very low energy. I had to make this run in less than a half an hour.
No
So
worries.
You have a lot of Pokemon, I bet.
Oh yeah.
Oh boy. Just had to be prepared. Speaking of prepare, Lucia is prepared to, actually, you know what? Shit. Why do all of you have to be melee like this?
We're not melee yet.
Remember for a second there? Alright. What the hell can I do? The best option. And his wounds were, like, I can see his back now, and his wounds are healing, right?
Yes. Slightly.
Damn it. She's gonna have to take the risk and try and take a hop, skip, and a jump away from this thing.
Okay.
So I'll try and take the opportunity attack to see how it goes.
Okay.
Oh, and it just misses.
Yep, there you go.
I'm just gonna stop right next to Reggie. Give him a little pat on the back. It's like, go on, do your thing, boy. With that, let me help you out with that. And she's gonna raise her hand and acting like a spectral glove. There's gonna be like a spectral glow acting like a glove on it. And another flick of her wrist, she's gonna send it off towards the Baron as a chill touch. And it's gonna miss. God damn it.
Alright.
And she's gonna use the rest of her movement to, that was 20 feet of movement I did before. Second. It was 20. Yes. So the rest of her movement up there. And that's it for her.
Oh yeah, just Samat's gonna spin around and just...
You're running away now, are you? We can't be having that.
And he gives a sharp whistle.
Oh, get to it!
And he sends a saber 20 feet to right here in front of him to take an attack.
Okay.
So, that will be another spiritual weapon attack. Again, another fucking 11. Damn. Why is it everything's rolling below 10s tonight for everybody, generally?
This is nice.
Because we're all gonna die.
I haven't done my turn yet.
It double clicked without me doing that.
Alright, I just want to make sure. As Samat is going to run up as well and hit. And he's going to attack with his Warhammer.
Alright.
15.
It will miss.
Yeah.
Anything else? Bonuses?
Yeah, spirit weapon was the bonus.
Oh, yeah, no, Spirit Woven was a bonus.
Reginald VonSpangle.
Yes. That's wrong. I need to fix that. Give me a sec, because... No, it's okay. Yeah, Reginald just kind of, again, turns around as he sees this creature kind of go away from him and is like, really? Okay, well, fine then. What, because I drew my scimitar, you need to leave? And he's gonna cast Vicious Mockery.
Okay.
So... Why are you not doing anything? Oh, there you go. It says the DC is 11. I think that's wrong.
Charisma.
My charisma, it's supposed to be 15. My save.
Checking your spell page that the spellcasting ability set right.
Yeah.
If not, it might have to check on the cantrip itself.
Yeah, because the cantrip itself.
It says DC 15 for me.
It might just be the cantrip that's got a symbol.
Like on the spellcasting ability near like the top middle of the cantrip page.
Yeah.
Still a wisdom roll.
He has to make a wisdom roll, but it's a 12 DC of 15.
So 13.
Nice.
Nope. So he takes 4 psychic damage.
Alright.
And then for my bonus action, how is everyone looking?
I'm a little scuffed, but I'm alright for now.
Okay. Yeah, Reggie is gonna kind of turn toward Lucia and just be like, "You okay there, darling? Just want to make sure you're doing okay and stay up on your toes." And is going to do a healing word. That's oh wait, no, that is wrong. I did the wrong thing.
So it'd be a 1d4 plus 5.
Actually, 1d4 plus 4.
Okay.
They suck. D4 plus and 6 points for ya.
Ooh, gotta love that healing word.
I know you do, darling.
Derren.
All right. Well, if you're going to try to run, then I have other methods. And he's going to have a little fun. With a magic missile.
Okay, that's one missile.
Okay.
Now where are the others?
You need to do it 2 more times.
Mhm. You're gonna have to click on the magic. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go.
There we go.
It's having issues tonight.
So that's 13 damage.
Pretty good.
That's actually really good for magic missile.
Yeah.
Almost max. Only 2 points away.
And he's going to take a bit of a sidestep and wait for it to move to another place if it decides to.
Okay.
That will be his turn.
Okay. Creature turn. Alright, so first thing he's gonna do. Misty Step.
Oh hell no!
It's a base it's literally once per round it can use it
Once
as a
per
bonus
round?
action. Once
Really?
per round.
The fuck? Okay, that's a little broken.
Yeah.
That's gonna hit again. I can roll with it, but damn.
Hold on. Let me do some math here. I gotta do some math. Okay,
Damn, we should have had Paladin.
Uh-huh.
That's why I wanted to make it difficult, not completely crazy easy. Okay, so perfect.
Okay, I got an idea next round.
Really? Alright, so
God damn it!
Ouch. Oh, is it attacking?
it attacked, yes. It attacked Lucia.
Alright, then Samat's going to use his reaction to send out a warding flare at the... excuse me. He's going to send out a warding flare at the Minotaur to give it disadvantage. Is it for... One second, sorry. Is it for one attack? Yeah, just for one attack.
Can
Yeah.
that be done after the roll has already been considered hit?
That's up to you then, because I just saw it. So that's my bad.
Yeah, I'll allow it this time.
Yeah, so...
13.
Nah, still hits.
Alright, I tried.
Yeah. Thanks anyway. So that's 8.
So still 8 damage.
And knocking away all my healing there that I just did.
Why
you have to be
love?
Let's see. Has a coil.
Editor's gonna have to choose which one that goes with.
We'll do the wounding coil. He's going to target this at. He's going to target this at Reginald.
No.
So make me a Constitution saving throw.
I really wish you wouldn't there, dear. That's a 5.
Okay. So you're going to take 1d7 plus 3 lightning damage. So that's 8 lightning damage to you.
Okay.
All right. With that, you'll see it close up a bit, the wounds, and that will end its turn.
Yovelda getting very upset that this thing keeps running away from her. will come up, and this time she's not having any funny business.
You cut out the end there. She's not having any
Funny business. That won't hit,
That one.
and that won't hit either.
Mm,
What is up with our rolls today?
We just fail at everything.
It's just how it is sometimes.
Everything's been below a 10. I'm refreshing roll 20.
oh boy.
Yeah.
That will make it Lucia's turn.
Alright then. Well, if you're gonna keep going on me like this, might as well have myself a little fun. And then she's gonna twirl her quarterstaff a little bit and tap her fingers on it a few times and turn it into a shadow blade and take a swipe at it. Actually, what is the lighting conditions in the area right now? Because the shadow blade has a nice little effect.
It's mostly cloudy.
I mean, like, would you consider it like dim lighting or?
Pretty much. It's early night, so slightly dark.
Okay, like for the audience, Shadow Blade is nice in that in dim light or darkness, this is one of the few spells that can grant you advantage with a melee attack. So let me try and see if I can get a crit, maybe. same roll. So let's see the damage. It's 9 psychic damage.
Okay.
And unfortunately, that's all she can do right now.
Okay. Samat?
Hold on, you're gonna be a little wild. Let's see how this continues.
And he's going to
Broke
keep
up
with his
there.
combo. Oh. Samat's just going to keep with his combo. So
Alright.
first things first, he's going to use his sacred or spiritual weapon.
Okay.
It's an attack, 24.
24 will hit.
So that's going to do 5 force damage. As the saber of force just slashes into him as he's rushing up. Warhammer overhead, he's going to bring it down upon the bone of this creature with a 16 missing.
16 will miss. Any bonuses?
Spiritual weapon is my
Spiritual
bonus.
is I keep asking that, and you keep telling me. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine.
Reginald?
Okay. So once again, yeah, this thing has kind of run away to the other side. So he kind of spins around on his heels again, just again lets his hands up and goes, "This is very unacceptable. You just need to, how about just stop and stop seeing where you're going?" And he is going to blindness. So he has to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 15.
Okay.
I like that laugh. It's Constitution on a large creature.
You said it's a Constitution save?
Yeah.
Okay. That's 11.
Holy shit!
Boo! Yeah. He is
Nice.
He is blinded.
Okay.
Blinded by the lights.
He's probably immune to blinding.
Fuck. Well, with that,
Just hope for the best, pray for the worst.
yeah, Reginald just gotta look toward Yovelda and just be like, okay, hopefully, come on there, lady, you got this. Dig your claws right into him and kill this thing and give you a bardic inspiration.
Nice. Thank.
Well,
Hopefully it helps you get above in the 10. Get away from the 10s.
yeah.
So that's 2 people with bardic inspiration now.
Yep.
Is Bardic Inspiration just used for saving throws, or what all is it used?
No,
Attack
attacks.
rolls as well. Attacks and saving throws.
Anything.
Okay, I wanted to make sure. I don't deal with
If you're a
bards
bard
much.
of something else, I think glamour or something, you can also do it for other things.
Damage, I think, is blades or
Oh, yeah, blades.
valor.
Valor. I think it's Valor.
It's Valor.
So Derren, it is your turn.
Well, seeing this thing keep popping around, he's had enough of this madness, and he's going to step forward and start speaking.
Okay.
Nice.
For an 8 for the first one,
18 will hit.
16 for the second,
16 will miss.
Not as nice.
he'll use his action surge.
Okay. Ten will miss.
I will use that bardic inspiration on that 10.
Well, you also get another one since you have extra attacks. Anytime you make the attack action, you get an extra attack. So since you used action surge, you get another extra attack. Yeah, that's how.
Extra attack literally only gives you one attack. It does not affect by an action surge.
Um.
So you get an
Another
action,
action?
which has an action and bonus, and then you get an extra attack, which allows you to attack twice in one turn. Action surge literally only gives you an action.
Okay, because I was just reading and it says they get the extra attack when using the action surge because of the wording of extra attack, which is anytime you take the attack action, you get an additional attack.
That's 8 damage. You did hit with... I will say that's 16. If you want to use, instead of the 10, that Bardic Inspiration of 3 will make that 16 hit.
Okay, I didn't know if you would allow me to switch that or not.
That's fine.
Oh, well, alright then.
That's a 13.
There you go.
Oh,
So for a total of 21.
Alright. Monster's turn. Misty Step.
it always goes for the one who's furthest off.
It's going to drop its weapon,
Oh no.
and then it's going to try to grapple your friend. Reginald.
Okay, well, really well.
Roll crit. That's not the crit I wanted. That's not the crit I wanted you to do.
Now, what
So
it's
that-
going to do,
That's
it's
I like
going
to.
to turn its back towards you. So that's that's a natural one, a 12.
Wait, why was it strength save?
Is the strength save?
Is athletics or acrobatics?
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't. I'm gonna.
It's still a 1. What's your bonus to athletics?
My bonus to athletics is a 0.
So it's still not one.
Still that 1.
Acrobatics is a 3.
It's the choice of defender.
I know,
Either
yeah, I
a
know.
0 or 2.
It still fails, so
Yeah.
there's no getting around it.
Um,
He's not a strong boy.
and that will end his turn.
Hmm. Awesome.
Yovelda.
Wait a sec. So he's not blinded, is he?
No.
Fuck.
But he is definitely bloodied at this point. That was
Yay.
gonna- that's a clear.
Yovelda's gonna come up behind him and start just laying into him. Or trying.
Okay. Get advantage on that.
Oh yeah.
That's a natural hit. That's a natural 20 right there with a 27. Deal your damage.
Oh, it's
Deal
not-
your nebulous damage.
$18 damage. Alright, tell me
Oh, that's
you're
the claws
gonna-
too.
the claws. Okay.
Claws also hit. They were the
Yep.
23, so total of 29 damage.
Alright. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to lay into this guy. You're going to feel him start to shake and shudder. His body is going to start to boil. It's going to start to bubble. That magma underneath the skin, the cracks are going to become more and more as you see lava start to really melt from this guy. He is going to have something known as Death Throw. When this creature dies, it explodes, and each creature within 30 feet of it must make a dexterity saving throw, taking a certain amount of fire damage on a failed and half as much on a successful.
I got a 16. I used my Bardic Inspiration.
Okay. Alright, so 30 feet encapsulates, I think, everyone.
That's everyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the raven.
Even the bird!
The bird is on the ceiling. Is away from that. No! You leave Bridge alone.
Depends on how
Bird
high.
roll.
Longcat is safely in my hat and protected from this.
Alright, so... Tangled, you're gonna fail.
Yeah.
Lucia, you'll save.
Yay.
Samat, you'll save. Gunny, you'll save. Let's see. Is that everyone? Max, what
Yovelda
did you
with
roll?
a 16.
You will fail.
16?
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, jeez. But wait, you said Samat saved.
Yeah, Samat got a...
17.
7. Samat got a 7.
Oh, no. Samat fails. Gunny got a 17, so he succeeds. So it's Tangled failed with an 8. Lucia succeeded with an 18. Samat failed with a 7. And Gunny succeeded with a 17.
Well, I can see that the DC for that was a 17.
Mm-hmm.
That is 14 damage.
Okay.
But it will be dead, as the corpse will explode, splattering itself pretty much anywhere that it can.
I'm guessing that is half on save.
Half on a save.
God damn.
There goes that.
These are high levels, guys. These monsters are not a joke.
I mean, I'm fine. I'm at 28 hit points in bear form.
I'm down to 18. I'm 38.
Is that lady and her horse still there?
Yes, she is still at the top of the hill.
How far away is it?
Oh, that's at least 150 feet. Minimum. And that's just from a sheer glance.
I'm just going to see if I'm able to move my storm cloud. I can't see it. I'm going to recast it because I can't see it.
Mentally communicate with it? I think I can mentally communicate with my familiar, or no?
Usually, yeah.
Mm-hmm. In the meantime, it's like, while we're mending ourselves after that, we're gonna tell Bridget to fall after the woman on the horse.
How's everyone looking again?
I'm at half health.
I don't need any heals because I'm in a bear form.
I'm a little bit below half.
You're all right.
But I have my own healing spells, so if there's anyone else...
Yeah, I'm 18 out of 38, so...
Yeah, I'll give you a good slap on the shoulder because we respect him.
So,
I didn't know you were gonna say.
would she be within 60 feet of, like, right there?
There you go.
No.
Okay. Then my spell will not be quite in range. But
She seems to have planned this out a little bit. She seems to have stayed far enough away that most spells would not reach her.
question, how close would that be, though, with the 60 feet from there? From, like, the edge of the circle.
As far as it is, you can make a perception roll, but at this point, it's a sheer glance.
Basically, I just want to throw a lightning bolt down at the end of it, because I still have it. It doesn't cost me anything to do it. I just want to do it to, like, be intimidating.
Okay.
So just a couple bolts of lightning hit the ground as close to her as I can make them.
So roughly anywhere between 35 to 40 feet to the bottom of this hill, you'll strike lightning. As it flashes, for a second, you're going to see she has no head when it flashes.
Oh, we're dealing with the Dualahan.
Oh, Dualahan.
In the other hand, instead of her hand, is some sort of spinal cord whip.
It's her head.
Her head's a whip?
No. As I said, in one hand she's holding her head. In the other is some sort of spinal cord whip.
Ooh.
She's that one person from Naruto.
No.
Reginald also doesn't know why, but he just wants to kick Samat. No, I'm kidding. But he is going to run up and jump on to Yovelda's back and be like, "Okay, let's go. Giddy up. Come on."
Yovelda's gonna look at the rest of the group. Like, do you want me to? Like, she can't talk in bear form.
Lucia's a little busy, like, trying to, like, while Bridget's still within range, trying to see through his eyes, get an assessment of what's going on around her.
Well, after the flash of lightning, she'll stand there for about 15 seconds. You'll hear her voice again, just barely coming over. You've successfully survived the first attack. Congratulations. I'll be seeing you later. And with that, she will turn around on her horse, and she will ride off to the north. That being said, your bird will be able to somewhat keep up, but through the darkness, through the mist, and through most of what's going on tonight, as it is a dark night, it will lose. It'll lose track of her.
Damn it!
Oh man, I did forget that. As a bear, I keep my my racial stuff, so my crit should have been 3d8, not 2.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I'm sorry, they get to overkill.
Savage attacker.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just Samat just kind of sheathing his warhammer just for a bit and just.
Yeah, that's right. You run, you punk bitch.
Yes, but she says something about seeing her later. Maybe we go find her now and, well, I would say cut off her head, but she clearly didn't have a head, so, do something to kill her or something.
You hear Yovelda growl something, and then it sounds like she's chuckling to herself.
See, Yovelda agrees.
She made the joke that she seemed a little spineless. But she was doing it in bear form, and nobody heard it. And she was laughing about it.
I'm just gonna preemptively sigh and assume that it's as bad as I thought.
Mm-hmm.
I just like to think she's agreeing with me.
I have a feeling that Yovelda has
We learn of the situation before diving headlong into the danger we know not of.
Are we gonna keep making head puns?
Quit your... how about you quit on your head?
Intended.
We don't want to get ahead of her. And now we're done.
Well, if you're gonna keep doing that, let's at least make a little headway and get going.
Before we leave, I really gotta hit the head, though.
Let's just gonna move on. I'm starting to get a headache.
Comedy!
Welcome to Stormforth.
Are you guys trying to leave?
It looks like they're all jumping on me.
Yeah, I mean, there's nothing else to see, and I think everyone's safe in the tavern for at least a little bit.
I can be a bear,
Might as well
I can be a bear for
explore
3 hours, and I can carry a lot of weight because what is it when you're a large-sized creature? Your carrying capacity is 30 times.
Doubled.
It's 30 times your strength modifier.
Something like that.
I can carry 600.
I will say that a person will come out of the bar. Rather large man, very gruff, older gentleman, white beard. If you go, it will most likely be your death.
That's what I was trying to explain to them.
Reginald's gonna kind of like spin, turning facing toward the the man who just came out and kind of like prop his head onto his hand, just like, so what makes you say that?
Well, you guys are talented, but you're very foolish, it seems. It was thankful that you guys came upon us and helped us when we need it, but if you go after her, you're going on her turf. And she has already killed an adventuring party last year.
Oh, this has happened before.
She comes every year in hopes of destroying us. We try to barricade the world, but she always seems to find a way. This year we were told by adventurers that they had taken care of her. They lied.
Clearly.
Kind of stupid for you to believe.
How long does this last?
Tonight.
Just the one night?
Just one night. It's the only time that she can come into the mortal world.
So we let her go, and then she goes away after tonight, and then she starts this rampaging again.
Oh, she'll be back.
Yeah, she will be back, because you're saying
Then we
don't...
need to prepare.
We need to go out and kill the bitch.
Why the fuck do you stay here in the beginning?
You'll die. I'm warning you this. I don't want to see another person die, and these people have already lost enough. It's bad enough our celebration has been destroyed, enough to know that more people have died on our cause will not make it any better.
Yovelda's gonna huff, and she's gonna do like a little circle with everybody in her back, and then she's just gonna lay down.
As Yovelda's kind of circling around, Reginald kind of still turns so that he's facing the man. So he always has an eye on him, and he's gonna go like, "Are you really?" Well, actually, no. He's not gonna say anything. He just wants to get he wants to try to get a good read on him. So can I do an insight check?
Of course.
It's a 15.
He has specks of dirt and blackness upon him. He's wearing some sort of leather apron. You can get a heavy read that this man is a blacksmith. Very, very well-built blacksmith.
Is everybody still on top of me?
Nah, Samat jumped off at this point.
No,
Lucia's on top of you because she dissipated her sword at this point and is like has her staff tapping on her chin, thinking if there might be a way to try to seal this woman away in order to at least buy them some time, or at least.
Yovelda's gonna shift out of her bear form, so now there's two grown people standing on her. And she is very little person when she is not in an animal form. She's only like 5 foot tall and 100 pounds soaking wet.
Yeah, I think like once he sees that she's coming out of the bear form, Reginald jumps up.
Lucia's still on there because she's still lost in thought about this thing.
Do you have any books, any history of where she comes from or where she goes in the meantime?
I have a book, and I do have a story of our history.
Lucia? Ow.
Oh,
Ow.
Sorry. One sec. Just slowly gets down.
Then, please, if you don't mind, I'd like to learn more before we face this again.
He'll move over, pulling a small... it's not really a book, it's more like a little personal kind of thing. But as he flips it open, you can see a bit of history about the town before the attack, the people who survived here after. I was one of the survivors of the original attack 5 years ago. She seems to have plagued this place for quite a long time. Ever since that I've lived here, she's been here, and that's almost 7 years in the past. She comes around every night. We try to board up, we try to hire people, but she kills them. Every last one of them, their weapons useless, their magic dulled. She is not of this earth. And yet, in our history, and he'll flip to a page and it has a sketch of a woman standing next to a man, very similar to the woman that you had seen. The man seemed to have been a baron in this area at one point. Especially you can tell by the look of his clothing and the size of the house in the background. She was Count Beatrice, before anything else. And she was married to her husband, who, well, there were things going on in town. People were disappearing, people were dying, and a lot of people threw around assumptions of who it might be doing. The Count himself had been seeing most of these people the day before their death. We thought for sure that he was the one doing it, and so we hung him. That night, she vowed that we would pay. She disappeared from town. Rumors stated that in order to perform the ritual, she lopped off her own head. We thought it'd be over, a silly, foolish girl who would hopefully do a ritual that didn't work towards a demon that is no longer in this world. But she came back. And she came back more stronger than we'd ever seen before. She informed us that she was the one who had ended up murdering people, and she would see that we would all pay for the death of her husband. Since then, we've been plagued. She brings these foul beasts into town, at least 3 before the end of the night. We lose a lot of people.
Oh, lovely. You decided to bring up a revenant.
May I see that book?
He'll hand it over.
Samat's gonna look at it.
So, where in this book does it say why you daft bastards stay here?
As he shuts the book, and he starts looking at the man.
Well, a lot of people do leave before the festival. However, unfortunately, this year, we were told it was taken care of.
Samat, be kind. This is these people's only home.
There's many different lands to live in. Dwarves have left lands before and had to find new ones.
And
It's
we're
not-
not dwarves.
It's not quite so cut and dry, Samat.
Reggie is going to come and just kind of place his elbows on top of Samat's head and just kind of like lean on him. Just like,
We tried going to Croca, although they wouldn't help us at any point during this event. Oh, we went up to Luxbar, but the only time that they would offer any room aboard is if we signed up to be part of their crew. Or soldiers, as you would say. We went over to Draftmore, but the hoity-toities didn't want us anywhere in their town. So that's hundreds of miles of nothing. And I'm sure even if we did move the town, the curse follows the people, not the town.
so you're, again, just perfectly fine living like this.
No, we're not. Not in the means.
Which is
But-
why we're going to go and get her.
If you go unprepared,
We will die, yes, I know, I understand.
then
Talk
why
about
don't you
that.
listen? You seem so foolhardy. I understand that you're young, but it is no reason to be foolish.
No wonder you suggest then.
Exactly.
We could wait here for her to come back, and then we could take care of her then. We could set up
That's exactly.
set up time to
Prepare
prepare.
for this.
Another thing we can do is there's a few books in the local church we can see. You said you had an idea of what she might be. Maybe we can find something to even the odds. But I will tell you this, your magic will be numbed, and your weapons will do almost nothing.
You got any weapons then?
I have a few, but none magical.
I have magical weapons.
I mean, my words tend to be my weapon.
Has anyone in the adventures over the years tried to seal her away?
No, nobody's tried to seal her. I think at one point an adventuring group had an idea of finding a trinket of hers at one point, but it came up empty. They went straight for her instead, and, well, their bodies were found the next morning.
So we find something of her.
The Baron's Manor. Where is that?
Just over the ridge to the right. That ridge she was standing on, he points out. It's a little decrepit these days. Nobody has taken care of it in years. And unfortunately, nobody's cleaned it since the demon outbreak.
Well then.
Now tell him to make sure this thing is a revenant or something else, and see what else might hold it to this coil.
That would be a wise thing to do, and one I would happily agree to helping with. Whatever I could do.
What's your name, dear sir?
My name is Boris.
Boris.
Well, Boris, mind showing us where we could find more information on what she possibly could be at this point?
Of course. Right this way. And he'll kind of motion towards the other side of the town. It won't be too far. As soon as you look, you'll see the larger cathedral. This is actually one of the few standing buildings that was still left over after the demon run. We've cleaned it up as best as we can, but it's still not in great condition. He'll open the door. Of course, at this point will be empty. Most of the people in town will have left most of the buildings and stood in the inn, which is now barricaded. During the combat, you could easily have heard nails and wood going into the doorways. This guy slipped out a window in order to speak to you.
I have a couple questions.
Yes.
The city itself. What can I see from like the entryways? Is there like when you enter? Is there like an archway or something? Is there something that something would have to pass through in order to get through the city or pass under?
No, unfortunately not.
Because what I'm looking for, is there like a tree outside the city's limits?
I mean, a few, but they wouldn't actually be close enough to make a gateway.
No, but would it be in the way that she would need to walk under?
It depends situational where she comes from. Maybe, maybe not. The thing is that surrounding Hazel is nothing but spread out land. There's one forest, which is the Cryptid Forest, straight to the north. Other than that, it's mostly it's a field.
All right.
So there's nothing really defensible. Place.
No, but I have an idea. Regardless, I'll just need all of you guys to give me all your rope.
All right.
All of our what?
Rope.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, Reginald chucks it over.
I'll prepare the town for an attack as best as I can. Just give me some time. It seems like everybody's going to be boarded up in here. And Yovelda will crawl into the bar. And above the entrance to the bar, and then in like trees that she thinks might be a logical path to the city. While you guys are doing what you're doing, she'll be doing this. So she'll set up 4 snares, Corey.
Okay, so I looked over Action Surge and Extra Attack again. You guys were right. He is able to use his Extra Attack on his Action Surge. So what I'm going to do for you is I'm going to give you back your Action Surge. That way that you can pretty much get that back, because I kind of screwed you on that one. I had to look it up. The wording of it was off for me from what I remember reading in the past. So that is my bad. I apologize.
Yeah, I've had to look that up a few times to make sure, because it's that weird wording.
It is weird. Also, Barbarker is not dead.
There's also a lot of fighting, especially, and the reason why I'm confused is because I do 2-weapon fighters. So there's also debates that on 2-weapon fighters, your action surge does not give you a second attack with your offhand.
No, it doesn't with the offhand, because offhand is purely based on bonus action. That's why.
Offhand is a bonus.
What I'm saying is there are people who argue that it does, there are people who argue that it doesn't, and there's a lot of mixtures in with extra attacks and action surges, so I was wrong. I'm sorry.
Oh, dude,
No, you're good with that.
don't worry about it.
As long as we acknowledge it and we got it out of the way.
No, I have you cast a spell to create a circle of 5-foot radius on the ground of where the trap is nearly invisible. Perfect. Requiring successful intelligence investigation. Okay. Small, medium, or large creatures. Okay, so it affects all sizes except for gargantuan. Radius creature must succeed on dexterity. Hoisted into the air, leaving hanging upside down 3 feet above the ground on the floor. The creature is restrained until the spell ends. That's 8 hours. That's really good. Okay. So we'll say that this inn here is pretty well warded. You've got the one window to the place and the front door, so that's covered. And you said you put 2 somewhere else,
like in choke points to the city.
Like choke points in the city, like maybe like a tree that she would feel. Here, matter of fact, let's see how well. Like any trees outside, I'll do a survival or a nature, whatever roll you want to see.
Yeah, give me a nature roll. I can't think of any trees that are in the general vicinity of the town.
Or at the very least, like tall, buildings that would be tall enough and heavy enough to support it.
Yeah, or overhangs, anything like that. Just stuff that she can use.
Like, for example, like signs for shops and that.
Okay. Let's see here. So for that, let's mark a sign about here 10 feet out. There's a sign here about 10 feet out. And then the bar has a sign here 10 feet out. I would say the church is probably roughly here. So at the very bottom of the map here. That would be the church. Actually, probably a little bit wider. Bigger. About 3 or 4 stories. Because they've got bell towers and junk. As far as anything else, there's does it have to be on the ground? Can it be from one wall to another wall? No, because it would be like a rope.
Yeah, it says on the ground or floor.
Yeah, because the only thing that they have is a stone wall, probably maybe 2 feet tall, around the edge of the town. After that, it's all rolling field until you get to the Crypte Forest. Because they used most of the surrounding trees to rebuild the town after it was destroyed.
Well, whatever she can find. If not, like, just buildings. If they have enough time and they can, maybe, like, make something, like, maybe make a large plank that goes over 2 tall buildings, like, between each other, and then do it that way.
You could do that.
Mm-hmm.
That would work.
Yeah, let's just do that.
All right. So let's go ahead and get started back up again as far as where we're at. So you're setting up those traps. You could easily probably rip off a board or 2 from some of the buildings that they've already ripped boards off of to board up the inside of the inn. It was, well, not ripped off. They were kind of sitting out front of them for repairs. The repairs were kind of halted for the celebration. So there's plenty of wood that you can do that. If you want to make an archway, let me see if I can do this. Here, between these 2 buildings, that would give you a 5-foot kind of place right here and right here to set up traps.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Let's see here.
And then when I'm done doing that, I'll begin preparations for a short rest, if we have enough time. Because then I'll gain back my wild shape.
Yeah, I'd say at this time, while you guys are studying, it could be considered a short rest. So anybody who wants to expend HP die can do that too. If you've got abilities to regain spells during a small rest, you can use that.
Would I still be able to get a short rest, even though I'm like trying to look up what this thing is?
Yeah. I mean, short rest is literally just kind of taking a breather, sitting down. Even reading a book isn't really considered strenuous activity. Things like chopping wood or gathering food, those would be considered things that might stop you from taking a short rest.
Okay,
you know
just
what?
want to make sure.
Do me a quick athletics check on getting this wood up. Let's see if you can get it done in time for a short rest there. Next.
If somebody helped me, I probably could.
You kind of went off on
I'd say with a help action, that 12. So you would drop the 7 for the 12, and you would be able to get that short rest in.
All right, so Yovelda's all good, taking a nap now.
So who would be helping Yovelda while the rest of you guys would study?
No one else is gonna. Probably Reginald then.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
So Yovelda, Reginald, you guys are outside. Boris will take. Is it Samat? Am I saying Samat? Sorry, I keep saying it incorrectly, and I apologize.
No, it's fine.
Samwise.
Samat, Lucia, and Derren. You guys will enter the church. Mostly, well, it is empty, completely of people. But he'll kind of walk over to the side. There'll be a small door. He'll open that up. He'll attempt to open it up. When it doesn't work, he'll kick the door down, right at the handle, which will break it from the actual frame of the door. So he's literally breaking into this door.
Into a store?
Into the door. This is in the church. He's going to kick down this wooden door that is going to open you up to a small library.
Hope to God you pray to here isn't offended by that.
I'm sure she'll understand. It's an emergency.
Derren will cast light before entering the room so he can actually see before he tries to read things.
Perfect. He'll go to the bookshelf here. Okay, history. Here we go. Here's a volume of monster history and lore, and here is an expanded history of the town. Let's see. Ooh! I know. Give me a moment. I'll be right back. And he's gonna rush out the door.
Guess while waiting on that, Lucia's gonna look through the monster lore.
Derren
Especially focusing on
through that.
She's especially going to focus on like supernatural entities, especially like the lines of fiends and those sort of entities.
Give me an investigation check for anybody who would like to read through the lore or the history.
5.
It's a 5.
What options did you say were books?
History of the town, kind of expanded,
Mm-hmm.
and then the monsters kind of lore book, generalistic kind of thing.
Yeah, I think he'd be more interested in the monsters and try to get this done quickly. Town rot
I
for
was
all he
hope-
cares.
I was hoping for more arcana for like a fiendish sort of things. Oh well.
Derren would be focusing on the history and trying to learn more about the Count and the Baroness.
Critical.
Okay, so a 13 will get you pretty good information. There's an entire page on these two. An investigation of 10. I mean, there's small bits and pieces of ghost-type monsters, but nothing that seems to fit. Some of them are wailing demons. Some of them are luring ones. Some of them deal with zapping the life energy out of a creature. But nothing that kind of registers an annual effect. So kind of coming up a little empty on that one. With the 13 for the investigation for Derren, the page will read pretty simply. It's a layout of when they arrived in town, which was probably 2 years after the founding. He was a high court courtier, correct? That's
Courtier?
not a stripper, right?
Courtier.
Courtier. Courtier. He was actually just close to Eris. He made a long trip from Eris to Hazel. He really liked the place, so he settled down. And doing so, he got really into politics in this place. He wanted to see it grow and become bigger. Basically, he wanted to do what Croca is doing now. He wanted to see it become a kingdom. In doing so, he spent many nights in his study, making sure that he knew laws, regulations, and such. He appointed a sheriff to the town, somebody who could keep law and order. He made sure that shipments could be made to and from other towns. He was actually quite good at what he did. He was quite a nice person from the way this read. However, his wife was a bit of a different story. His wife was a person of interest to most men in the town. She was well known to be a bit flirty, though nothing ever came through on whether or not she had ever done anything to dishonor her marriage. That being said, she held a great respect for her husband and a great love for her husband. She may flirt, but even in those moments, it seemed that she remembered what was proper, though she had a wicked tongue. She would yell at children for playing in her yard that it was technically her property. At one point, she wanted to see a child's hand lopped off because he stole a piece of clothing, quote unquote. In quotations, it'll actually lay a page that you can read from of this encounter. If you flip over about 2 or 3 pages, you'll see that it was basically a layout of the boy. She had actually dropped the item, and he was trying to return it. She accused him of thievery. She was a little bit upset about her husband, who ruled that the child should not be punished. And since then, she kind of watched the rest of the town with disdain. It seems that upon the death and the assumption of her husband, who had been the person killing people, she was very livid. They didn't look at any other suspicious people, and they thought it very. She thought it very sexist. They didn't even look at her, even though she was actually the rightful murderer. She was happy to not have died, in a way, although she felt that her living after the death of him was pretty much a curse, one that she would reference quite often. The curse of a broken heart, the curse of living while dead, the curse of etc. From there, they say that her house went into shambles. She stopped taking care of it. She stopped hiring people to do the lawn. She stopped hiring people to fix the roof. She stopped replacing windows when they broke. And the place basically went into disrepair. Probably about 50 years ago, it basically crumbled. The foundation cracked and everything just kind of fell in. They used the rest of the lumber, or what was usable, to help build the rest of the town. It doesn't state exactly what she was studying, but they state that she cooped herself in the house and started studying quote-unquote dark arts. And that's basically where it ends.
Now, does it state anywhere the Baron's full name?
I believe at the top of the page. So the Countess Baroness, whatever you would call her, her name was Elvira Cryptish. Her husband's name was Brom Cryptish.
Elvira and Brom Cryptish.
After a fair bit of reading, I'm sure you would probably read this out loud to the others, or at least share the information.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
In hopes to try to stir them into a better idea of confronting this thing with words and reason in order to weaken it.
What are these words you're speaking about? Words and reason. I'm kidding, I'm not there.
You're not there.
So after kind of reading most of the page to the rest of them, you guys outside, you'll see him leave the church, run to a small shack that seems to have some sort of forge. He'll rifle through a couple of things under this makeshift kind of bench, and he'll pull out a ledger of some kind. And he'll make his way back to the church, kind of going in as quickly as possible. Inside, he'll come through the doorway and he'll push the book down onto the table and he'll flip it open. I have a ledger here. My blacksmithery was actually owned by my father and my father before him, and we keep a ledger of all items, jewelry, anything that we sell. It's in here. The group was looking for it earlier, but I don't know what happened. It disappeared for a short time, and I found it after the demon did what it did. That being said, I think they were looking for a trinket. Maybe we can find something here?
This will definitely help out. Do we have anything under the name of cryptish in the legend?
Let me take a look here. Cryptish. Let's see. A few things of armor, but I doubt that would be anything wonderful. There is a sword. He was buried with that. Let's see here. 21. Oh, here we go. There was a ceremonial dagger that he had bought for her. She was interested in weird things back then, but he had bought it. It was an enchantment of some kind. She kept it close to herself for years and ended up becoming possession of the church after she left, leaving everything behind.
Rightfully so.
So the dagger can be around here somewhere.
Potentially.
Derren's going to start looking around for, like, not actually moving, but looking around for anywhere that there could be a possible nook or cranny or a chest.
Yeah.
Okay. Roll me a quick perception.
Samat, on the other hand, kind of using his background, frequenting many different churches amongst his travel, would kind of try to pose to himself if there would have been a kind of similar layout to churches of where a hidden room possibly would be, or where they would take certain items that they wouldn't want other people to have.
Okay.
Yeah, and Lucia's gonna send Bridget out, and both of them is gonna. Oh wow, that's a nice roll.
24 for perception. That's a natural crit.
Woo!
Oh, never mind. Lucia's just gonna pet Bridget while that's gonna happen.
Your man's on a mission, that's all I'm going to say.
So you'll kind of poke around the place. You'll look through a couple books. You'll kind of flip through things, push some books behind a little bit, just kind of peer around them. What I will say is that when you're leaning on one of the chandeliers just a little bit, it's kind of plugged to the wall there. You're going to feel it has some give, and upon looking at it, you're going to see it has hinges. Pulling on that hinge, one of the bookshelves will kind of unlatch, and you'll see that it kind of swings a bit away from the wall.
We have development, guys. Let's see what's going on in here. See if we can find that dagger. And Derren's going to start moving toward it.
Yeah, Lucia's gonna head in, follow along right behind. Let's see what sort of secrets you guys are holding.
Know that existed.
Hopefully there's some potions down here.
Oh, come now. You know all the churches of the light like to hide.
So,
Better to keep them from your like.
Oh, honey. Like you can keep us away from it.
so going down, opening up, first of all, you're going to see that it's got about 6 steps and a small walkway heading forward. Going inside, it is pretty much well lit. The candles are still burning, and inside, once you get into this small room, probably 20 by 20 room, there are chests to each side of the doorway, which seem to be have a ledger kind of on top of them of donations, it seems. There are, to the far wall, the back wall upon entering, you'll see that there is a collection of items, each one of them having a label to them of some kind. There are things like spears, armor, there are things like books, there are things like furniture, maybe 2 chairs, and those are holding items in them. Yeah.
Now, I just want to clarify this for myself and also the viewers. You said that this church was almost decrepit coming in here, right?
It was not in great shape. It seems that a lot of repairs have been trying to have been made, but with it being stone, it's fairly difficult. They don't really have a quarry around here to gain more stone in order to build the place back up and repair some of it. Windows have been patched. The doors look like they need a bit of resanding. There's definitely some doorways are a little bit even more eerie, as they seem to have like fingernail scratchings down them.
Derren's going to instinctively draw his sword, but he's not quite at the ready.
Okay.
Well, they might suck with stone and not have a good dwarf about them. But at least make a good undercroft. Let's get going.
As he's going to walk through and start taking a look around the room, what are some of the items that are hung up that you were talking about?
So some of the items, mostly, like I said, weapons, shields, nothing enchanted. Some decrepit shields, they're not really in great condition. It doesn't look like the church really knows how to take care of them, so some of them have a good bit of rust. Maybe a handle kind of hanging off one from the back of it where you would normally hold it. There is a spear, but the tip of it seems to be chipped and rugged. It could use a bit of sharpening, maybe a repoint or a reforge. There is a table with some sort of wrapped dagger kind of laying over it.
So they let everything else go to waste, but they got their dagger right here.
As he pulls out his water.
Derren's going to try to pick up the dagger and hold it over to the smith. The name leaves me. Boris,
yeah.
And is this the one that she had?
He'll kind of grab it, he'll pull open the wrapping and kind of take a look at the blade and the hilt. Yeah, this is it.
Good. And he's going to put it in his pack and then start running out to see if there's been any more development out in the city, in the streets, for the fear of what could be happening.
So back outside, I do know that you guys would definitely hear that wailing.
Mm.
That is not good.
No, definitely doesn't sound like it. And then Yovelda will take I guess we're probably still building our thing, so as we finish, she'll grab Reginald by the hand and run towards where everybody else was, which was the church.
Huh? Oh.
Oh, that's for me. That's not for you.
Still.
So I mean, looking around, especially after hearing that, nothing visual shows. You don't see any figures off in the distance. You don't see anything coming towards the town. It just seems to be... You might get the feel that she wants you to know that she's still out there.
So we're all meet up now? We're all back together?
Has everybody left the church?
I would say Samat is more focused with Boris right at the moment. If Boris is walking out with the others, he's walking out as well.
Okay.
More or less just...
So, Smithy. You know, we are going to protect this town. We could use some better gear. Again, nothing enchanted like you said, but anything helps.
I have a few long swords, a dagger, a rapier, I think, at my smith. Other than that, I might have one metal shillelagh.
Metal shillelagh.
It's smaller than a staff.
Correct me if I'm wrong, isn't that useless? They don't like the wood, don't they?
I mean, the druids typically do.
It was a particularly piece that I was commissioned to make. It was supposed to be ornate.
Typically stick around from metal, but certain materials would help with attunement. Help to amplify one's magical potential.
Poppycock, with no solid armor. I guess what our stuff will have to do
as he pounds his chainmail on his chest.
Okay.
Oh, speaking of, and she's gonna snap her fingers, and like the light little shade is gonna appear on her as she casts mage armor on herself. Because I'm gonna need that.
Could have used that earlier.
Really could have.
Oh, nice. All right, so that'll help cover you for the next 8 hours. So effectively, what would that make your AC?
15 right now.
Okay.
We match.
Yay.
Okay. So, the adventurers wanted to kind of take... and he's saying this as everybody's walking out. He's probably trailing behind everybody with Samat. And the adventurers that wanted to attempt to destroy her about 2 years ago thought maybe smelting this in their weaponry might make it so that their attacks would do damage. I disagreed, though I didn't have much knowledge of what it was. I think, personally, and this is just a hunch, it might do more damage alone than it would do if we tried to melt it down, and anything that it might have had might be lost when we melt it.
My thoughts exactly.
I wouldn't tarnish my old war here. This beauty imbued with the good gods. The old dwarven gods here as he's
Rubbing his hammer.
Nah. This stays as it is.
I think a lot of us might have the best shot. I could potentially get in close. Meld with the shadows, getting close to that head. See if you can at least weaken her.
Did you find anything on the monsters in the book?
Just so much fluff in there. Not much of worth.
Most of these monster manuals are rubbish, really.
Maybe that's why. It's a manual. Probably work with manuals pretty well.
I mean,
That's what I said.
More comedy from us.
I mean, she lopped off her head. I'm not sure how important it might be to her.
I mean, sorry.
Clearly not all that important, so...
I feel it would be gravely important if she still continues to carry it around.
That's a good point, too.
It could be It could be the only thing holding on to this plane, or the source of her power.
Might I make a suggestion then? If stabbing the head doesn't work, go for the chest, the heart.
Yes, that's... Go on, sorry. No, sorry, go on.
A lot of things from the tales that I've heard are usually dead after you pierce it.
And also a lot of the good organs are in that general... Stabbing
Yeah.
Oh.
Most things die when you hit it in the heart of the head, usually.
Either way, if I do this, I'm only gonna have one shot.
If you do only have one shot... well... And, Reginald's gonna walk up and just kind of, like... give her a small boop on the nose and just like... You got this, darling, and give you your bardic inspiration.
Just gonna flinch a little bit. It's like, and just check on her nose for a second. Better not mess up my makeup.
I would never do that, sweetie.
Well, with one attempt, you better make it count. Don't fail, you fucking heathen.
I do this right, you're gonna be praised in the dark.
Never. But you can try all the well.
This
Are you
may
a
be
light
the-
cleric?
Yes, I am a
Yep.
light cleric.
This may be the only shot that you get. Make it count. And he's gonna hand the dagger to her.
Oh boy. Leave it all up to the squishiest person.
You offered.
I did.
You have the bardic inspiration, so...
I do. And plus at least I have invisibility with subtle spells, so hopefully.
Good.
Now, off the distance, you'll hear a bit of galloping. Strangely, though, it will not be from the same direction. Eventually, you'll hear the whinny of a horse.
And with that, we'll pick up the story next time. Hello, I'm Blue. I play Zechariah Talor normally, but tonight I played Samat, the very fiery and light cleric of just no nonsense. I want to thank you all for watching the episode, especially specials like this. We just love making stuff like this. And hey, if you like listening to stuff like this too, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on Podbean, iTunes, Google, just anywhere you can find podcasts. Because if you can find podcasts, you'll find us. We'd like to thank Purple Planet Music, because their music just really helps accentuate and add tension to scenes that just fit so perfectly and helps build the podcast up. At the same time, for the same points, we'd like to thank Kobold Press, because Kobold Press and their monsters that they add with Tome of Beasts and just all of their other add-ons that we use, it's just so good to have a monster that no one's really able to predict come into a situation. We're sorry this special was late and only half of the episode. Our editor's been busy with work and other things, as well as building some things for you guys. The second half will be out in a few days, and I gotta say, it's going to be very explosive. Again, thank you everybody for watching, and remember, keep your opportunities open.